wigwag LED lights are on here, and they've got a magnificent LED board as well. So they got a lot of audio visual stuff here, almost set for football. I don't know why. I have a tendency to want to think about the Tigers as being orange, but it's powder blue with a darker shade of blue as well. The helmet blue, their pants as well. And then they've got the lighter blue. Think Brantley County for their jerseys. For the Pierce County Bears, the silver breeches, the white jerseys with blue numbers, and the silver helmets. Now, like last week, we are way up in the sky. And so some of your observations through the camera lens, and right now Nick is piloting our game camera. It may be more acute than us seeing through the naked eye. One of the things that a lot of people talked about last week, John, was spot of the football. And apparently they saw some of the things that we saw. We're going to try to be as accurate as we can with that. It'll be what it's going to be. And we're getting set to play football championship style.
No doubt about it. And they talking about those captains out there at the beginning of the game. You could see some of their size by the ones that were out there. I think they do that to be a little bit intimidating. But this is one of those games, you're going to be outsized on the offensive and defensive line. We've had that before. We've still been able to move the football just like last week. Came to the third and fourth quarter, and we just kept moving people. And that's the thing. Our kids are very good in shape. They do a great job of making changes on that offensive line and getting people to do the right thing and moving in the right spots to make plays, even on defense. So the Bears will have the ball to start this thing.
This quarterfinal game in Columbus against Carver High School.
Dylan Johnson back in the middle. Jaw Evans back there also.
It's going to go off to the right side where Jaw will have crossing over 10 to 15, up into just out of the 20-yard line. The likely starting lineup, the offensive line, let's start with them. Jordan Williams, 77, Britton Morgan, not Britton Morgan, but rather Trent. I think that I have this left over from the week when Trent Griffin was out. 68, Trent Griffin, 55, Trent Kennedy, 52, Colson Gamble, 50, Dylan Figueroa snapping the ball.
So they back us up to the 19. We'll start first and 10 there. They had a couple guys that didn't get blocked on that. That's why he got tackled there. We were trying to make a right. Yards on the play, I think. Got to bring up second down and 7 now for the Bears.
Number 5, Brandon Williams is out there on the starting O. 16, Brandon McKendry was out there on the first snap of the ball, and he has now come off as well.
So Smith will bring the play in.
Number 4, Reed Smith. Remember, Nigel Brown, number 3, has been out for several weeks. And last week, Jones Heron, he was injured, and then also Javion Williams. Not to say that, unless you know something I don't know or it's already been mentioned, they're definitely not out there yet. From the 22, it's going to be second down at about 7. We're going to try left side, still driving, trying to get it to the 25, but not going to make it that far.
Well, he's actually showing it over the 25, so I think we do get right there to the 26. Maybe they're going to give us. It looked like they had all sides on their defense. We get the call down here on the bottom side, but it'll bring up third down now and about 3 for the Bears.
A ball length the other side of the 25, indeed. So it's going to be third down and about 3. The game's opening drive. 0-0 our score. Bears and the Tigers of Carver Columbus.
So a big third down already early in this ball game. So we go to 2 sniffers now and 1 wide out. We had 2 before wide outs and only 1 sniffer. Now we go to 2.
Wide out on the wide side of the field, the right side. Jones Heron in there blocking. McGaffey across 35-40, down the sideline, across midfield to the 40, to the 30. He can stretch this thing to the 20, to the 15, to the 10. Into the end zone goes Caden McGaffey.
Wow, what a great run by Caden. Hits the hole. Has a guy try to get him around the 40-yard line. Just could not make it to him. Down the sidelines he goes on that Pierce County side. And the Waycross Bank and Trust touchdown comes at the 10-13 mark of this first quarter, bringing your score to 6-0.
A 74-yard burst by McGaffey, and out there paving the way, as he has so many times, is old number 6, Jones Heron.
Yes, along with some help from Campbell Strickland as the other sniffer there. So Garrett Stevenson will attempt the extra point out of Cade McGaffey's hold, and Braxton McCook snap. Taking our time to set. Good snap. Good hold. The kick is up. And it is good. So as we come back up the field, great run by Sheridan hits the hole. Carver has a guy try to get him around the football.
The Barnard Company, Highway 84 in Patterson, is your hometown hardware store with friendly folks you know and trust. Your licensed dealer for Valspar paints, with a fully stocked lumber yard for both the builder and the do-it-yourselfer, featuring electrical and plumbing supplies too. The gift shop offers a full line for bridal registry. Check it out today. Open 7:30 till 5 p.m. weekdays, 8 till 12 Saturdays too. Call them at 647-5362. The Barnard Company, 6344 Highway 84 Patterson, a proud supporter of your Pierce County Bears.
I may need a Dr. Pepper after that. Is what.
Justin said the Bears on the opening drive, 3 plays, 81 yards, and it was a 74-yard touchdown run by McGath, PAT by Stevenson. This kickoff, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 50, 45, 40, 35, 30. They're going to respond, and barring a flag, that is going to be the way to answer with a touchdown of their own.
Well, it looked like they got a block in the back around the 35-yard line and did not see it, but there's yellow hanky down there around the 6-yard line.
Yeah, let's check it.
So we'll figure it out and see if there is anything there. The white hats are talking to the zebras.
Well done, Nick Whitley. As you see, it's a big zoom shot there.
All right, so we have not got a call yet. We'll try to give it to you so we can get it. There's a flag on each side.
Waiting the call. Would have been a TD for a touchdown. He points on the board.
What is this?
Well, in addition to illegal receiver downfield, you wouldn't have that on kickoff return, though.
I don't know. Something happened to give them a clear view about coming down this hatch on the side. So I wonder if it's a block this or something like that.
Unless they do something along the equivalent of an offside like you do in soccer. But that's going to be a Bears Dr. Bullet right there. That could be very deflating for Carver. Let's see if it actually is. Looks like we're going to re-kick.
Is it illegal touching because maybe he put his hand up in the air like it was
John, that may very well have been the case. Not something we've seen before. Things we found out after the game. We did it. But just to put a period on it, this last week on that stupid score that was called back, we were told that a Pierce County coach was on the field. That's the sort of thing that's not always articulated right away. Not something that happens a whole lot. So just kind of put it into that. And then we may have also seen something for the first time we've not went into.
Justin, I don't know if you can give us what that penalty was. Help us with that. I thought you.
Okay. We'll come back with that. That's what I open on the field. All right. Illegal participation. Thank you, Justin. So Reese let him out onto the field, and Stevenson kicks it out of the end zone, out the back of the end zone, beyond the encampment of our huddle folks, and it'll be 1st and 10 for Carver as the touchdown run back was negated at 9:59 of the first quarter. Pierce County 7, Carver nothing.
No wonder it looked like that when you got 12 versus 11. You can actually have a little bit more block that way. So I'm glad the referee and the side judge read it on both sides. So there's no conflict there. So they start 1st and 10 at the 20.
Bears strike quickly and get the benefit of the callback. Kadon Lashley, Logan Clark, Logan Spivey up front, Dixon Morris, Jones, Aaron Campbell, Sprinkle, Brandon Williams in the middle. Secondary, just a minute. So run right side.
Jones here and making the tackle in the backfield for a loss of 2 on the play. So we're already seeing stunning by the Bears. And it works really well that time. The Bears also with a 5-man front that we don't see very often, but they've changed it up a little bit. So they said they were going to have to do something different with this big offensive line. They should be able to do a slot on both sides now.
Secondary for the Bears. Jameel Strickland 25, Joe Drew 8. Those are your corners. their safeties, number 2, John Evans, number 11, Chance Williams. Second down and 11. The pass, screen left side, off the hands. And they're in it very nearly a lateral. It was close enough that made John go coaching mode there.
Yeah, I would have actually went and got it, and they're actually spotting the ball at the 16-yard line. I think it's where they're going to say it went out of bounds because it was behind the line. Wow, we missed one there, guys. So it does get spotted back that far because it threw it out of bounds.
Somewhat shaky start for Carver. Don't forget,
Yeah, a lot of speed.
in the big games, it was always the third play of the game where the opponent struck big. Happened last week, happened against Apple. Going to throw it 4 wide. Left side, a man all open, puts a move on our guy, 50, 40, 35, 30, 25, 20. We knocked him down around the 18-yard line.
We saw 2 on both sides. They were stacked up. But how in the world he got that open, I do not know. But a great call by the Carver Columbus staff to see that. They got it all the way inside the 20 to the 18-yard line. It'll be first and 10 from there.
Well, I'm not trying to be a soothsayer. I mean, I'm not happy to be right on that. Once again, it happened on the third play of the game. They got 64 yards out of it. They did save the touchdown. They're going to run it down to about the 16 and gain of round 2 on that.
And then Diggs coming up with tackle for the Bears. The first one there, get 2-yard gain on Johnson. Bring up second and 8 now.
At the 8:45 mark of the first quarter, Pierce County 7, Columbus nothing. Carver of Columbus nothing. Mentioned about how hospital to the guys and stuff. Near town, just outside the base. Everybody was so nice to us. Just want to appreciate everybody know that. It's a man in motion now. As they're going to put 2 wide, QB rolling right, all alone in the corner of the end zone. He got behind our guy and he dropped it. Incomplete.
Catchable ball, too.
I mean, we've got speed in our secondary. You talk about their speed got behind our speed that time.
That's what I'm going to talk about. To show us their speed. They have 5%.
Hello. Thank you. Oh, I'm doing good.
So big third down again.
Huh?
Columbus right here.
We're on the home side.
Yeah, I took a little bit more. Yeah, some turkey dressing and greens. Oh, yeah. Hell yeah, some peas too. Oh, thank you. Okay, thank you.
We'll do the same 8-11 for the first quarter. Bears lead 7-0. Pause 30 seconds. Spears got a Bears football. Patterson Pharmacare is your friendly hometown pharmacy with caring folks who have always been there for you. Registered pharmacist Candace Boatwright invites you to visit their family-friendly location on Highway 84 in Patterson. Filling your prescriptions and offering diabetic supplies, respiratory aids, vitamins, supplements, and more. Most insurance plans are welcome, and you get convenient drive-through service. Free delivery in the surrounding area. Online at PattersonPharmacare.com or use the smartphone app and order refills with a click. Open weekdays 9 till 6, Saturdays 9 till 12, and as always, go Bears.
Slots to both sides, come back in the backfield, bunching.
The clock ran down. They did put 17 seconds back up. I'm not sure that was accurate, but that's what they did. 8-10. All right, so 3rd and 8 for the Tigers at the left hash mark. 2 receivers either side. Offset, QB. Throwing, right side. Incomplete, beyond the reach. Well beyond the reach. And it's decision time for the Tigers.
Trying to go to Caslin out of the backfield. Took him on a swing like the old wheel route. Great job that time by our number 18 covering it. I believe that's who it was.
Lunging, QB, 6'5", he's 175. So if this had been Columbia, they have field goal kicker that I know punching through from here. Is that what they're doing here? They're going field goal here on 4th down.
41 is in there. That's their kicker, right?
Will be the 23-yard line. Jashawn Hall, who also does the punting, for a 33-yard attempt. 4th and 8. Snap the hold. The kick is up. It's off to the right. It's reaching, but it's looking inward. Did it make it? Yes. And it's good. And it's 7-3. Pierce County leads Carver. Carver's on the board, though. Pause at 8:01 of the first quarter. Let's take a 30-second timeout. This is Pierce County Bears football.
The Barnard Company, Highway.
One, two, three.
Two. Call them at 647-5362. The Barnard Company, 6344 Highway 84 Patterson, a proud supporter of your Pierce County Bears.
After the field goal kick by Columbus, they're still up on top by 4. 8:01 left in this first quarter.
It was a 6-play, 80-yard drive capped by Jashawn Hall's 33-yard field goal at 8:01 of the first quarter. Pierce County 7, Carver 3. And the kickoff, Jaw Evans up the right side, past the 35, and the Bears will set up 1st and 10.
Looks like it's going to be to the, well, actually, the one judge says the 37, the other one says the 35, so they, or excuse me, the 36, so they mark it at the 36, but the one on this side had the 37. He should have gotten the spot because he's on the closest side to it, but still very good field position to start this possession at the 36-yard line.
Yeah, looking out there at the guys wearing these road white uniforms, and it makes me go back to 1982 when we had that first undefeated season, and the guys wore white every single game except for homecoming. It was just one of those good luck things. And in fact, they were the practice jerseys started out, but when something works, you stick with it. Bears looking good in the white and the gray unis. Back the D-line off. McGatha left side, he gets better than 5 yards if he gets the spot off the left side.
You can actually cut it inside of the Sniffers that time to pick up about 5, like John said, on the play. It's out to the 41-yard line. It'd be 2nd down and 5, and that's what you call staying ahead of the chains.
Between the hash marks, Bears from their own 41, leading 7-3, 7.5 minutes, and rolling here in the first quarter.
Now, I know Coach Morris would say that's a win by getting the field goal instead of getting a touchdown, and I would say it is too, John. So the Bears need to try to get it in the end zone again here to keep matching it.
You're on the road and you got the lead early against the other guy. Keep your foot on the gas or put the pedal to the metal, as we would say, eastbound and down. With no backs behind him or beside him, straight up the gut goes McGatha, and the spot should be right about what the line of scrimmage was.
Yeah, they're going to give him a yard. Say he got a yard. It's going to bring up 3rd down now and about a long 4 for the Bears. They've got to get to the, the 46-yard line for a first.
So what did we get? Half a yard on that? Maybe a full yard?
We got a full yard is what they said.
3rd and 4, Bears from their own 42. 6:41 of the first quarter. Pierce County 7. Carver 3. Number 1 Carver, number 2 Pierce County. Bears were number 1 up until that Appling County loss. Appling held that spot for exactly 1 week, fell the ensuing week to Fitzgerald, and now Carver has that number 1 ranking.
Reed Smith brings the play in for the Bears.
2 sniffers in front, 1 receiver right side. Going to pull up the line of scrimmage. Pop pass, no. Right side, under through Reed Smith.
And that brings up 4th down, and the Bears will probably punt it away here. They had good coverage on our end that time. That was what we used was a pop pass to the tight end, and they had pretty good coverage on our tight end and tried to get it out here to Reed Smith, but just not enough on it. So it'll bring up 4th and 4 now for the Bears. They put a guy back around. Well, actually, they put 2 guys. Well, now they're bringing one of them back up.
Line of scrimmage is 42, Bears on 42, and Brandon Williams stands at his own 26.
And it looks like Jake's back there, Braylon Jakes.
Kick is away off to the left side. It's going to take a roll and go out of bounds. Let's check the spot.
It should be about the 23-yard line, but they're giving him the 24, so it'll be out at the 24. They'll start 1st and 10 from there.
A 34-yard.
All right.
No return.
Carver Columbus held the Bears. Now we've got to hold Carver Columbus.
Bears punt away on the second go-around. Now Carver's got their second touch of the night. Comes at 6:07 of the first quarter. Almost halfway gone in the opening cue.
So 7-3 is your score. 6:07 left in this first quarter. They'll go trips down here to the left side, one over to the right, and one back in the backfield with their quarterback.
It's Carver. The Tigers of Carver in blue. One back offset from the QB, 3 to the left side. They're checking off now. You see the guys checking their wristbands, going to slide the back over, going to veer it to him. Off the right side goes the QB. He's out of bounds at around the 40-yard line.
Please make
Well, they're saying he's still inbounds.
Still inbounds.
They say he came out right about the 49-yard line is where they're marking him out of bounds, but big yardage on that. He faked it to the back, and we did not see him holding it on to the ball, so great job on that option route of him keeping it and taking it down the sidelines.
A gain of 27 to the Pierce County 49-yard line. Well, you know that's something Swain Morris will get. He will get to work right away fixing that. Meanwhile, you got the rest of the drive to maintain. We're under 6 minutes to go, past the halfway mark of the first quarter.
They'll stay with 4 out, with 3 to the left, 1 to the right.
1st and 10 Tigers at the Bears 49 from the right hash. Mungan under pressure, steps up in the pocket. He can run. He just did a minute ago. And he's going to go out around the 47 or the 48.
We had 4 white jerseys around him. How he escaped from that, I do not know. It's going to bring up 3rd down now, and let's see where they're going to spot him out at.
Well, John, he just had that big run on the fake, so I don't want to undersell the Bears' containment on that. The fact that
they did a good job.
Yeah, he got 2 yards on that. So I didn't really emphasize.
We had it in the backfield.
I'm saying I didn't sell it hard enough. Yeah. If you can hold him to 2 yards every time he runs it, that might be a formula for victory.
So now it brings back up 2nd down.
Back to pass. Here comes the rush. Looks like did he catch it in bounds? Our guys are saying no on the sideline.
Now they're saying he did. Let's see. And they say he did. So they'll get it at the 35-yard line, 1st and 10 from there.
Sticks will move. And then, of course, our folks are always going to say he didn't catch it or vice versa. Chains move, and they'll still be on the right hash mark. This time it was 35, new set of downs. Bears lead 7-3, 5:45 first quarter. Rolling left. Our pass rush from the backside. Had a man it's incomplete. They had a guy inside the 20 at around the 14-yard line, in and out of his hands, he had a step on our guy.
Yeah, we tried to jump the route for some reason that time and just could not come up with it. It's going to bring up 2nd down and 10, but you'd have thought it actually would have gotten caught there. Just another drop by them. It's going to bring up 2nd and 10.
The winner of this game will play the winner of Stevens County and Appling County, and that game about to kick off in just a few minutes.
Dylan Johnson now in the game up top at cornerback. So they'll put 2 receivers over that side, 2 receivers on our side.
Dylan had a lot of big plays last week. Here goes the pass rush, and they're going to do kind of a slip screen, open in the middle, 25-20, 15-10, down to around the 6-yard line. I may have called it wrong. It was some sort of a middle screen, John, and it unfolded rather quickly, and it was well executed.
Yeah, it was a wide receiver screen. The guy from the very outside went to the inside and catches the ball. The offense can go downfield on that because it is caught behind the line of scrimmage, and they'll have it inside the 10 to about the 8-yard line. It'll be 1st and goal from there.
This is their deepest penetration of the ball game, is on the first drive when they had when they went for the field goal, made it. They got as far as the 16. Let's check this. Timeout.
I think we call a timeout.
Comes at 5:09 of the first quarter. Pierce County 7, Carver 3. You want to check with Justin on this one?
Justin, down to you real quick.
I didn't hear you there, John. You broke up. They know that we're being very aggressive on defense, and so we got to contain their speed a little bit more. And so we got too far afield on the screenplay, but they're fast and they're big. We just got to settle down and do what we've been coached to do.
All right, Justin, thanks for that.
And I know what Justin's talking about, and I don't think that this is that necessarily has, when he says settle down, settle in, probably. I don't know that we've seen anything that's panicky, but it is kind of uncharacteristic to give up that type of yardage, this defense. But once again, you have to experience the start value of a number one team, and so there are going to be some adjustments to make. And when they come off the field after this drive, whether it's however it ends, you know Coach Morris will be in adjustment mode then. It's going to be, as John said, at the 8-yard line between the hashes.
And Justin's right. They are big, but we're not helping ourselves very much right now either.
We're going to switch some coverage now. Mungan back to pass. Right side, all alone to a receiver in the end zone for the touchdown.
Yeah, we just didn't even go with the cut that time and actually made a good cut right at the goal line, and in the end zone he goes, or actually was in the end zone. So that'll put 6 on the board and bring your score now 9-7. Carver Columbus leading this thing with 5:05 left in this first quarter. Seems like the clock does not move very often at all. So they will attempt the extra point.
Hall, who had the field goal earlier,
to try to get up by 3. Good snap, good hold. The kick is up, and it is good. So to come back up the field, Carver Columbus 10, Pierce County Bears 7. We'll take this quick break. You're listening to Pierce County Bears football.
Patterson Pharmacare is your friendly hometown pharmacy with caring folks who have always been there for you. Registered pharmacist Candace Boatwright invites you to visit their family-friendly location on Highway 84 in Patterson. Filling your prescriptions and offering diabetic supplies, respiratory aids, vitamins, supplements, and more. Most insurance plans are welcome, and you get convenient drive-through service. Free delivery in the surrounding area. Online at PattersonPharmacare.com or use the smartphone app and order refills with a click. Open weekdays 9 till 6, Saturdays 9 till 12. And as always, go Bears.
Hold on to the football and take some time off the clock and go down and score 7 points.
5 plays, 76 yards. An 8-yard touchdown pass came at 5:05 of the first quarter. Carver 10, Pierce County 7. So the Bears trail for the first time in this game. Kickoff taking it around the 11-yard line. Jaw Evans up the right side. Out of bounds around the 30, just beyond that, I do believe.
They're going to say the 32, I believe, is where they're going to spot him out at. So another decent return for the Bears. Pretty decent field position to start this possession.
First possession for the Bears resulted in a 74-yard touchdown run by McGaffin. And then the ensuing drive after the field goal by Carver, Bears from their own 36, punted out in 4 plays. Now, at the 32-yard line, not bad field position, pretty decent starting field position. Bears trail 10-7, 5 minutes flat remaining on the first quarter clock in this quarterfinal game. From the sideline, straight to the line of scrimmage. 1 receiver right side, 2 sniffers up from the right hash mark. McGatta, right side.
If he just squeezes that thing outside a little bit more, he's probably got 10 or 12 yards. And we got a guy getting up very slow there. That's Campbell Strickland. Looks like he's okay. All right, so pick up about 2 on the play. We'll call it 2nd down and 8 now for the Bears. Brave McKendry comes to the game along with Jones-Drew. And Campbell Strickland goes out for the Bears.
2nd down and 8 for the Bears from their own 34. 4:22 go in the first quarter. Carver 10, Pierce County 7. 3 wide for the Bears. 1 to the wide side. That's the left side. 2 to the short side. Running wide side, and he kind of pulled up there.
Yes.
McGatta, yeah. Did he even get a yard?
I guess they're going to give him a yard, maybe 2 on that play. It's normally 3rd down and about 6 to go for the Bears.
John, normally you'll see him, if he's going to do that, he's going to make that hard cut inside, but I guess he just saw a brick wall and didn't know where to go, and it was time to eat the ball.
Well, another big 3rd down to go for the Bears to try to keep the ball and keep Carver from getting it back. So Reed Smith comes into the game now, along with Campbell Strickland.
It's 3rd down. Make some noise for your Bears.
1 receiver right side. That's Reed Smith. Running between the sniffers. McGatta, he got 2 or 3, we think. Let's see where they spot him as they drive him back towards the end of that one. It's going to be shy of a 1st down, but it could be close enough that you go for it here. Let's see.
Now, looks like we're bringing the punt team out.
It's going to be at the 39. Got to get the 42. That's going to be fourth and about 3. Not quite 3 yards. Fourth and about 2 3/4. Brandon Williams had a 34-yard punt on his first attempt and no return on that one. So this time we're punting it from the 39. One deep back for the Tigers at his own 30. One hop the snap. Brandon gets it away. Let's go off the left side. It's not going to be returnable as it will roll. It'll stay inbounds.
Gets a little bit of a roll, but not much. It went dead around the 26, maybe 27.
I think that's if we say, 27. All right. That's 23, another 34-yard kick, no return.
All right, so the Bears again go 3 and out on offense. So the Bears defense will have to hem in strong here now with 2 minutes and 32 seconds left in this first quarter, down 10-7.
Carver has scored on each of its possessions. Field goal after the kickoff return was nullified. Then they followed that up with the touchdown. And this is their third possession. Bears have gone TD, punt, and punt. Carver from its own 27, moving right and left there in the blue. Right hash mark. QB rolling left, complete and out of bounds up around the 46-47.
Again, we're trying to cut in front of the receiver to try to get the ball, and their number 3 that time did a great job of just concentrating on it. Jakes, and pulls it in right around the 47-yard line. Is there a big gain on that play?
Listening to WSGT Patterson.
They already have 5 first downs in the game. The Bears have none.
On the left hash now. Early movement there, no flags. Throwing left side incomplete. And I say early movement. I couldn't tell you who it was on. It just looked like arms and legs were moving before the snap of the ball.
And intended for number 8. We don't have his name or number on the sheet, so it'll bring up second down and 10. That stops the clock with 2:22 left in the first quarter. Again, your score 10-7, Carver.
The Elite 8. Round 3. And we really weren't even supposed to be playing originally at the season's outset. Nobody was supposed to play the week of Thanksgiving, but Hurricane Helene changed that. So here we are, just like we normally would be. Play action. QB on the keeper, and he goes down. Did he just decide to just eat that? Or
I think he almost, the ball almost came out of his hands with Brandon Williams, got a hand on him, and I think that's why he went down right there.
Yeah, that's a good observation, John. You got a guy that's as quick as him. You normally wouldn't just give up on a busted play like that, but I think you may be right. That makes sense. So it's going to be at the 44. It's going to be third down and 13 from their own 44.
Yeah, Mungeon, just a junior, 6'5", 175 pounds, but hey, here to tell you that whole offensive line is underclassmen. They'll be back next year. All right, so they'll go 4 wide.
3 to the right side. Pass rush coming in. All alone on the left side. You have a first down and then some. 30. Down outside around the 20 or 25, and we have been victimized a time or two this year.
Again, just a wheel route with the guy coming out of the backfield, and we don't pick him up. And that's Caslin, that easy catch down the field all the way down to the 28-yard line. Again, just a wheel route coming out of the backfield. Nobody picks him up. So that's first down number 6 on the night for Carver. And the first down will get them to the 28-yard line of the Bears. So they'll put a wide out to both sides. One back in the backfield with the quarterback.
A little over a minute and a half left in the opening cue. We trail by 3. Right side. Just shy of the first down mark. Receiver diving back toward the ball.
And he just kind of throws it up and lets his wide receivers go there. But we're playing so far off, we can't get there to do anything with the ball. And that was it was at 3 coming up with the catch. Jakes again, yeah. That was Jakes.
That was the guy that caught the TD pass, right?
Yes. So it'll bring up second down and a yard at the 19-yard line. They get to get to the 18 for first down. So 56 seconds and counting left in this first quarter. Can't go fast enough here. All right, so they'll keep it back in the backfield with their quarterback, Mungeon.
2nd and 1.
This time handing it to him, and I think he gets enough, John, for the first.
Good.
About a yard.
What is that? Their 7th first down already?
7 first downs on the night. Again, like we said, the Bears have none because they had the long run by McGatha on that first possession. And since then, we've gone 3 and out.
Taking a little bit to get the play to get set now. We got games starting to kick off, including Georgia and Georgia Tech this hour. Timeout on the field, or are we just going to let it run out? It's 20 seconds left in the quarter. They're just going to let this run out. I guess it's less than the play clock. So we'll take our first quarter break. Carver driving and Carver leading 10-7. That's the end of the first quarter. Let's take a 60-second timeout. This is Pierce County Bears football. One, two, three.
For Pierce County Bears.
Justin, down to you real quick.
Guys, right now on defense, we're doing everything okay. But what's happening is they're running a really good route. And our DBs have to stick on them. And somehow they're getting out. And the quarterback's really good. Quarterback's ball is about 6'3". He's got an arm on him. And we just got to contain him and settle down right here in the secondary.
Thanks, Justin.
All right, thanks for that.
You know, yesterday the guys cut my hair. Told them 6 years ago they could do that if they won that playoff game. And now I think people think that I look like Justin Gambrell. And you know what? I can't think of anybody else I'd rather look like. Be sure to appreciate having Justin guy 2 years on the sideline helping us out. Complete at the 10, down to the 5, and running over our guy into the end zone. Did he get in? Did he get in? Where's the touchdown signal?
Again, just a 10-yard out, and we're not anywhere being found around him. And into the end zone he goes as we're tackling him right there. So put another 6 points on the board, brings your score now 16-7, Carver. And they will attempt the extra point. That'd be number 41 in there.
Comes on the first play of the second quarter.
Here's Spencer will attempt the extra point. Bad snap, but he does get it down and over to him. Does it come in? Yes, it does. So that brings the score now. Carver Columbus 17, Pierce County 7. We'll take this quick break.
Big kickoff return by the Tigers. But the ref.
Patterson Pharmacare
Brought
is
it
your
back.
friendly hometown pharmacy with caring folks who have always been there for you. Registered pharmacist Candace Boatwright invites you to visit their family-friendly location on Highway 84 in Patterson. Filling your prescriptions and offering diabetic supplies, respiratory aids, vitamins, supplements, and more. Most insurance plans are welcome, and you get convenient drive-through service. Free delivery in the surrounding area. Online at pattersonpharmacare.com or use the smartphone app and order refills with a click. Open weekdays 9 till 6, Saturdays 9 till 12. And as always, go Bears.
We know who we are, and we got to continue to drive the ball and get 3 to 4 yards of pop and control the clock.
It was a 6-play, 73-yard drive. Bears with the kickoff return up the right side across 25. And, you know, on this roster, we got 2 different guys at number 41. I had mentioned Jay Sean Hall earlier. He's number 41. He's a punter. John said Kendrick Pierce Spencer. He's 41. He's a kicker. So let's go with the kicker. Also, in fact, he's the first one there. But whichever one it is, he kicked the PAT, and it's good. So now the Bears trailing 17-7 as Carver has scored 17 unanswered points.
Yes, they have. And it's 1st and 10. The Bears are at the 27-yard line, 1st and 10 for there. Pretty good run back that time on that by John Evans. Not a lot of blocking up there. Trying to get what he got extra 2 or 3 yards by making a twist.
Second quarter action brought to you by Patterson Pharmacare. Open 9 until 6, Monday through Friday, 9 until noon on Saturday.
Back to Big Bear.
Moving right to left, the Bears. One receiver right side. And nice run there on the right side by McGath. About 6 or 7 on that one. Second quarter action also brought to you by Eagle Nutrition. Enjoy their healthy protein shakes, energizing teas, and more. Open 8 until 2 on Saturdays. Stop in and see. And by the way, that's Ruben Mulkey. Coach Mark Walker's good buddy, my former teammate. He's a big Bear fan, and so is all of his staff. All right, what is this going to be? Second and 3?
Yeah, maybe 3.5 by where the ball's spotted.
Bears from their own 33. From working the right hash. Joe Drew is in on the right side. One receiver split to the short side. You got a tight end on the left side. We'll go to the strong side. Tripped up in the backfield. Going to lose a couple on that one.
Yeah, that time they brought a guy from outside. Very good job that time of bringing him back out even further wide. And we lose maybe 2.5, 3 yards on that. It's going to bring up third down now a little more than 5.
17-7. Carver leading Pierce County. Gets Carver Columbus.
And that was number 4 with the tackle, but we don't have that name either. So
we're in Columbus, Georgia. Facing the Carver High School Tigers. Not be confused with Carver Atlanta. Also a powerhouse team in Georgia high school football. All the Bears. Third down attempt. It's going to be McGatha right side, and maybe he cut in for 1, but it looks like it's going to be another punt situation.
Yeah, yard gain's going to bring up 4th down, and now about 4. Right now, they're just beating us at the line of scrimmage.
Big game last week, tough win last week, monumental win. Of course, not discounting anything that Carver did. They're very good. That's why they're here. That's why they're number 1.
This is a team in 2021. They played for the 4A championship against Benedictine and then made it to the Final Four last year in 3A. Really one of those teams that probably didn't even need to move down.
Brandon Williams at his own 17. One hop the snap again. He gets it away. It's a low kick.
Yeah, great job by him picking up the ball off the ground 2 times in a row to actually punt it pretty decently.
From the 33 to the 33. So, once again, a 34-yard punt and no return. He is averaging 34. He's gotten that on all 3 kicks tonight. It's not bad, but we got to look at the field situation here, flip this field somehow before it gets beyond the Bears' grasp, as we are now at the 9:31 mark of the second quarter, trailing by 10. That's a climbable hill. But you got to start getting everything clicking right now.
Right, you got to hold them here.
When we say in these games like this, you can't expect the other guy to make a mistake. But if he does, you got to seize on it. All right, from the left hash. They're moving left to right. Mungin, the QB. We pour in on him. He's going to overthrow, or no, did he catch it? May have called that too soon. Did he haul that in, or did he drop it?
Well,
where'd the ball wind up?
He almost caught it, but he didn't. I think we got away with a little bit of hold there.
That's one of those plays where I think our folks watching can see better through the lens of the camera than we can from the naked eye, quarter mile up.
It was intended, again, for number 3 that time, and that being the Jake's kid.
Now, they execute everything pretty well.
Well, and we had a blitz on, just could not get to him right there as he's throwing, but he threw it before we got there.
Especially their play action stuff. We pour in on him again. Pass complete right side, and we've got a guy there to make the play right away. Number 8, not on the roster.
Yeah, Joe Drew did a great job of getting there, but almost got there faster than the ball did. But he just really throws the ball up and expects his wide receivers to go get it.
On 2nd down and 3. Stopped in the backfield by Brandon Williams. Big hit.
Yeah, big hit. You had Jones Herron come in first, and then you had Brandon Williams. He tried to do a spin move, the running back did, and great job by Brandon being right there to make the tackle. So it is going to be a 4th down, and we'll get the ball back.
Go back to that play, that completion on the right side. The kid gets up, signals 1st down. No awareness of where he was on that. And not only did he not get a 1st down, they ran that play quickly. I don't know if they were set. Brandon Williams took advantage of it
And this looks like a punting situation indeed.
All right, so we'll put Jones Heron back around the 34, 33-yard line.
Punter stands at his own 37. Looks like they are going to kick it. They do.
We almost blocked it. It'll touch down right around the 35.
A 32-yard kick, no return. So that's a plus. So
Absolutely.
I mean, that's the first time the Bears have thwarted a drive. That's the first no points drive of the night.
Right.
For Carver at 8:08 in the second quarter.
Yeah, now with 8 minutes here in this second quarter, the Bears need to move the football down the field and get some points here.
Bears football brought to you by Lee Hardware and Prime South Bank, Walker Jones, First Southern Bank, McQuaig Insurance, and Pineland Bank.
They play a 3-4, but they moved to a 5-man front against us, and they've kind of got 4 linebackers behind that, so they're playing it a little bit different than anybody else has against us.
Big Bear, gap in the middle, he exploits it. McGatha does for about 6 or so yards, 7.
Yeah, gets out across the 40 to about the 41-yard line. It'll be second down and about 4 from there.
What did he have last week? Was it 259 yards? Just an incredible athlete, and you get in these moments here, and you think, how many more times we're going to get to see Caden McGatha? How many more times we're going to get to see Dixon Morris, lay down blocks and all that stuff? You savor every moment with these seniors.
Oh, no doubt.
As there's a maximum of only 3 games left. You don't want tonight to be the last one. Joe Drew, receiver right side. Big Bear, second down and 4. McGatha left side should have it and then some up around midfield, and he gets across the 50 down to the 49 as the chains will move. How many first downs is that for the Bears, John?
That's 1.
Comes at 7:17 of the second quarter. 17-7, Carver leads Pierce. Bears led early on. Led 7-0, led 7-3, but it's been a pretty good run here. Both their backs, Bears did on the last drive. They held Carver scoreless for the first time tonight.
All right, Reed Smith brings the play in for the Bears. They have it on Carver Columbus' side of the field now.
County Bears white jersey, moving right to left. If you view the action there, or as you imagine the action on radio, however you're listening or taking this game in. I see some early movement on that defensive line. Up the middle goes McGatha. You've got
it's a ball on the ground.
Couple of yards easily on. Well,
I think the ball is on the ground. We'll have to see here.
Carver says they've got it. John thinks they might.
Are they saying it was down before it came out? And that's what they're saying. So a gain of about 2 on the play.
So he got those 2 on his original momentum before a little bit of chaos. The Bears dodge a bullet there. So it's going to be in the 47.
I think you're right. We definitely dodged a bullet there. 6:15.
Maybe more than what we realize.
Yeah.
I mean,
6:15 on the clock and counting. It's second down and about 8.
From between the hash marks again. Pop pass over the middle, incomplete. Had a couple of guys out there. Jones Heron and releasing straight down, and then was it Brandon Williams?
Yeah,
coming from the right side.
That's a throw you've got to make. If they catch the ball that time, we probably score on it, but not. It's third down and 8.
John, not quite the inefficiency that we saw against Appling County, where the Bears' offense was just rattled. But it is inefficiency right now. And like we mentioned, got to settle down. Go back 2 drives. I said after the Bears got off the field on that one, you'd see some adjustments. And you did see adjustments. Now we got to have an opportunity to catch our breath on offense. Halfway mark of the second quarter. It's third down and 8. Bears at the Tiger 47. Left side, McGatha. 40, 35, spins, 30, 25-20, cuts again, and down to the 18-yard line. There you go, Bears. There you go, Caden.
And a big third down conversion at that. So the biggest third down conversion of the night gets a very big first down all the way inside the 20-yard line to the 18.
5:49, 5:48, and rolling second quarter. 17-7, Carver over Pierce County.
It would be nice if you had somebody that could come in there and give Caden a break every now and then. We had Dylan Johnson do it a couple times last week, but I don't know if you know this, but he was one of those guys that may be a decision time to play in this game.
Talking about Dylan? Caden?
Yeah.
Well, and then, in the past, we've also seen Jaw Evans, Joe Drew, you got Javion Williams, a lot of guys like that. Bears in the red zone at the Carver 18. Over the middle.
If he just gets his head up, he may actually cut inside just a piece. He probably scores on that one.
He's just a warrior, and you go back to the Rockmart game, and everybody just really just played their guts out. But
They did.
But that was one that you'll always remember for the ages. And last week we talked about Joe Drew. We said something about looking like Kellen Winslow against the Dolphins in that AFC Championship game. One of our coaches said that yesterday, and he nodded his head. And so you play to the whistle blows.
So 2nd and 7 now for the Bears.
You play with the Hurts and then some more Hurts. Second down, around the 15. Pop pass over the middle, incomplete. As we had Campbell Strickland on the left side.
No, we had
Dixon Morris.
Dixon Morris, but we had nobody in the middle of the field, so I don't know who he was throwing to that time.
3rd down now for the Bears. Ball's at the 15. Got to get to the 8. 3rd and 7. 4:28 of the second quarter. Carver 17, Pierce County 7.
Braden McKendry comes into the game for the Bears.
Mr. Campbell Strickland, he started to come in. Now we're going to bring Joe Drew in instead. Play clock at 15. He'll go straight to the huddle. We'll break the huddle at 10.
All over the stadium is on popping. Come here.
So one sniffer in the game.
Nobody behind him. And we're going to run the reverse to Drew to the left side, to the 15, to the 10. Joe cuts it in, down to around the 5-4-3. Let's see where do we get the spot of the ball. Should be 1st and goal.
Yes, 3rd. It's on the 3-yard line, John.
What a beautifully timed play as he gets to the 3-yard line, a gain of 12.
Are they bringing it back?
I don't see the sticks moving yet, but I also don't see a flag.
The referee's talking right around the 5-yard line. It's going to be a hold on the Bears.
Okay, we
so
never
it is
did
coming back.
I don't know where it was. We never did see the flag come out. And we have seen penalties called without a flag coming out before, but it makes it harder for us to explain.
Yeah, it was the side judge that made it.
So in comes a new set of skill players. In comes McKendry, and in comes Ja Evans and Marquez Leggett. Back the Bears up to the 25. It'll be 3rd down and around 18 now. Got to do it all over again.
Yeah, at least 3rd down and 17 for sure.
The right side will be the wide side of the field.
Well, that kind of stuff really hurts, That's I've got it's the first penalty of the night for the Bears.
4 wide, 2 either side for the Bears. Clock at 4:09 of the second quarter. Bears trailing by 10. Pass rush. Dump it off underneath to Marquez Leggett. He just gets back to the line of scrimmage and basically nothing else.
They did a good job of picking that up. You're right. There's basically no game on the play. It's going to bring up 4th down now. The Bears have a decision to make. Are they going to try to stay out there with offense, or are they going to try to kick a field goal here?
You need a field goal and you need a touchdown at this point. If you got the field goal first, it's certainly within Stevenson's range. Remember, he had that 39-yarder as time expired in the first half last week. And going to give Garrett a shot here.
3:32 and counting in this second quarter.
Had the 39-yarder last week, which as time expired in the first half. Had the 47 walk-off win. It's back in September against Brooks County. It seems like a lifetime ago. McGatha would be the holder. Run it down and call timeout with 1 second on the play clock. All right, we'll take a timeout at 3:15 left in the half. Bears trail 17-7. 30-second break. This is Pierce County Bears football. One, two, three.
Days, 8 till 12 Saturdays too. Call them at 647-5362. The Barnard Company, 6344 Highway 84 Patterson, a proud supporter of your Pierce County Bears.
All right, thanks for those updates, guys. We got Coffee leading Sequoia tied 7-7. Worth County's beating Pittsburgh 14-7 in the first, and clinches over Bowden 3-0. Justin, down to you real quick.
Here's the deal right here. If Stevenson coming out to kick, guys, we need this bad.
All right, as Justin said, we need this bad if you didn't hear it.
But between the hash marks, out of the hold of McGatha, 42-yard attempt by Stevenson. The snap, the hold, the kick is blocked. and it's going to be returned up the right side, and Stevenson makes the save at the 42-yard line.
Well, great job by Stevenson that time, actually making the tackle. At least he does save something there. So with 3:08 left in the second quarter, your score remains 17-7, and Carver gets it back here with plenty of time before halftime.
Georgia and Georgia Tech scoreless, 11-14 to the first quarter. A college game being played on a Friday night, as Dogs don't always get that draw against Tech. Sometimes it's a Thanksgiving Day game, has been in the past. This time it's a Friday game. But right here, it's Carver 17, Pierce County 7. We just moved early. About 3 of our guys just sailed off sides. And of course, what they want to do is they want to get a bonus score here. We need to hold the line right here because Carver will get the ball to start the second half. And they've looked every bit as strong as Dennis Green would say. They're exactly who we thought they were. The question I wonder is Pierce County thus far showing exactly what Carver thought them to be? So it's number 1 and it's number 2. That's what we've got right here. And this game probably looks a lot tighter to the non-biased observer that it does for us right now. It seems like a big mountain to climb, down by 10. 1st and 5 for the Tigers from their own 48. One back offset. They're going to give to him. Got guys crashing. Dixon Morris was there. Got some help from the other side.
Yeah, Jones Heron was there first as he blitzed again. It's going to bring up second down now, and he lost about 2 yards or a yard on that, so we'll call it second down and 6.
So this is a drive that technically started at the 43, but it will calculate as being from the 46 after the penalty. Up the right side, 35-30, 25-20, 15-10-5, touchdown.
All it was is a little 5-yard pass to the wide out, and we missed a tackle, and then we almost had another tackle that we missed, and down the sideline he goes and into the end zone. So with plenty of time to spare, 2 minutes and 29 seconds left, there's another 6 points on the board. That brings us score now 23-7.
Number 8, we don't have his name on the roster. Another big play. 47-yard catch and go.
Kick is up, and it is good. So as they come back up the field, Carver Columbus 24, Pierce County 7. We'll take this quick break. This is Pierce County Bears football. All right, thank you.
Patterson Pharmacare is your friendly hometown pharmacy with caring folks who have always been there for you. Registered pharmacist Candace Boatwright invites you to visit their family-friendly location on Highway 84 in Patterson. Filling your prescriptions and offering diabetic supplies, respiratory aids, vitamins, supplements, and more. Most insurance plans are welcome, and you get convenient drive-through service. Free delivery in the surrounding area. Online at PattersonPharmacare.com or use the smartphone app and order refills with a click. Open weekdays 9 till 6, Saturdays 9 till 12, and as always, go Bears.
Thank you, Justin. Kickoff right side, around just shy of the 30-yard line, 28-29.
Yeah.
With 2:23 to go, down 24-7. This is where, you got to keep grinding. And this is, I couldn't tell you the last time we were down by 17 points in a ball game, but it hasn't happened this season. And so,
well, and it's plays that usually the Bears make that they're not making, and that's the thing that kind of bothers you more than anything.
You may have to go back to the Fellowship Christian game last time we had a deficit this large.
Yeah.
So what are you going to do? You got to fight your way out from the right hash mark. Bears on their own 29. And it's a 2.5 possession game. Go right side for a few.
All right, so
McGatha tumbles past the 35.
Be about 6, maybe 7 on the play. Clock goes under 2:10 now left in the second quarter.
Georgia Tech leads Georgia 3-0. Still early in the first quarter, inside 10 minutes there. For the right hash mark, Bears. Moving right to left, Bears in white against the Tigers in blue. And be a first down and then a yard, I believe.
Yes, you're right.
Maybe a yard and a half. I think right now we take that extra half yard. That's what it means.
All right. So
the sticks move for what, second time tonight for the Bears?
Oh, we've got 4 first downs.
That's the fourth first down. 150, 149.
They have 7.
So they took the blocked field goal, turned it into 7 more points. It's 24-7. Carver leading Pierce County. Bears on their own 41, left side. And interesting there, as he goes to the 46-yard line, as it was Jones Heron kind of slanting out on his block, but
yeah, he cut inside of that.
Found something in the middle there, and it was fruitful.
Yeah, it was a pickup of 5, so it brings up second down and 5 now. Minute 16 and counting in this second quarter.
Got half of what he needed to the 44. Bears on their own 44. McGatha got room to run. First down again, 50, 45. They gang tackle him from behind as it gets to around the 40 or the 39.
Now that time he's slow getting up, John.
Got an opportunity to still get points on this drive. So he spotted at the 40.
It'll stop the clock till they get the chains moved, and they'll start again. So it's under 59 seconds and counting now.
McGatha is battling. There's no question. He is battling physically. We may have just called a timeout for his benefit. 54 seconds left in the half. Bears trail 24-7. Let's take a 30-second break. This is Pierce County Bears football.
The Barnard Company, Highway 84 in Patterson, is your hometown.
One, two, three.
4-7-5-3-6-2. The Barnard Company, 6344 Highway 84 Patterson, a proud supporter of your Pierce County Bears.
In the first. Justin, down to you real quick.
Hey, guys, 57 seconds here. We're moving the ball well. We're running the ball well. I think just get a breather.
Dylan Johnson, thank you, Justin. Yeah, we could kind of sense that on the last play. Dylan Johnson in there, engineering the offense. 2nd and 10, Bears from the 40, from the left hash mark. Inside a minute to go, trailing 24-7.
Should be first down.
What in the world? Is that why they called it? Is that why they signaled it? The yard marker said second. It changed to first. Is that why they signaled it dead?
I don't know, unless it was a penalty down here on this side.
Yeah, we had just moved the chains and then called timeout, and it was showing second down. It was second down after that run by McGatha.
Well, actually, Dylan was going to throw the football that time.
Yeah, and so now you can't, unless you're really bold, cat's out of the bag. So he'll come out, and McGatha will come back in. And the good news is you got McGatha back in there.
Yeah, but they had a guy right on Dylan. I don't know if that's because they could blew the whistle, and that's the reason why. But
Carver 24, Pierce County 7, 57 seconds left in the first half. And Joe Drew came in just a moment ago, too, after that. Pass, right side to Drew. 35, keels into around the 33.
Yeah, it keeps the clock moving, so they'll go under 49, 48 and counting now.
Not in field goal range quite just yet, although the last one was blocked from closer in than this from 42 yards. This had been about 50. They just tackled McGatha around the helmet.
Yeah, that should have been actually a call there. I mean, just grabbed him right around the neck and pulled him down. So it brings up third down, 24 seconds left. John Evans brings the play in.
Good news is the spot was about a yard beyond where I saw him get grabbed. I mentioned Jaw, he's a receiver on the right side. 13 seconds left in the half. McGatha throwing right side. And Jaw got held up. No flag. He ran. It's incomplete. Ball out of bounds with 5 seconds left.
It was an out and up that was run by Jaw. They had pretty good coverage there. Then they had a safety coming over the top. So they read it pretty well. So that holds the clock with 5 seconds left, and it brings up fourth down. Now, does the Bears keep the ball or they try to kick it here?
Looks like the offense is staying out there.
You got McCook, and then you got Garrett.
Now here comes Stevenson now.
Coming out very late.
All right, this would be a career long for him. School record's 52. This would be a 50-yarder right here from just inside the right hash. Could be the last play of the half.
Very tall kids coming in the middle of the field there.
And did they call timeout?
I think they did.
This is what they call icing the kicker, which I think is ridiculous. And I know all coaches do it. No, do we call timeout? I think we called timeout, or is that? Now they're backing it up. So was there a penalty on that?
I guess that we moved. I don't know. I didn't see it. I don't.
Okay, this is going to be just inside the 45. This is going to be a 55-yard field goal attempt. The snap, the hold, the kick is reaching. It's going to be short, and it's actually going to be returned. It's returnable unless you can't return it from out of the end zone. That's the end of the half. Carver 24, Pierce County 7. Got a lot of work to do in the second half. Let's take this 2-minute timeout. This is Pierce County Bears football.
Patterson Pharmacare is your friendly hometown pharmacy with caring folks who have always been there for you. Registered pharmacist Candace Boatwright invites you to visit their family-friendly location on Highway 84 in Patterson. Filling your prescriptions and offering diabetic supplies, respiratory aids, vitamins, supplements, and more. Most insurance plans are welcome, and you get convenient drive-through service. Free delivery in the surrounding area. Online at PattersonPharmacare.com or use the smartphone app and order refills with a click. Open weekdays 9 till 6, Saturdays 9 till 12. And as always, go Bears.
Columbus, where the Bears are on the downside of a 24-7 score. We got some scores to give out to you. Coffee County leading Sequoia 21-17. Last we had, Appling County was beating Stevens County 3-0. Burke County up on Thompson 20-14. That's in the second. Fitzgerald and Worth County tied up at 14. And Clinch County was beating Bowden 3-0 in the first. Been a tough half of football for the Bears. The Bears only have 4 first downs on the night, and Carver Columbus has 7, but some uncharacteristic fumbles, things that the Bears don't usually do. A few missed tackles and maybe not reading the ball where it's going. They've used the back out of the backfield twice and been very successful on the wheel route coming out of the backfield for the Carver Columbus. Their quarterback done a pretty decent job of throwing the ball too. He really throws a deep out pattern, and he just really throws it up and let his wide receiver go and get it. And pretty much been successful on that a lot tonight. They have thrown some wide receiver screens. that have been a missed tackle here, missed tackle there that they've picked up big yardage on. But there is ways that we can beat this football team if we come out and play Pierce County Bears football in the second half.
And John, you know, we've seen during this run of excellence that started in the early 2010s, we've seen some comebacks before. I think about Central Carroll in the playoffs, in the state playoffs. I think about the region title game against Liberty County. It can be done. And we were talking about something early on about, what was the thing I quoted? That hard work beats talent when talent is to work hard. So, but you're playing the number one team. They're not number one for no reason at all. But we always talk about Ryan Herring and Swain Morris and their adjustments. And they've already made one in-game adjustment. It was, I guess, the fourth offensive drive where Bears held the Tigers scoreless. Now, a couple things that hurt there. The blocked field goal, and then the subsequent touchdown. We talked about the wheel route. That's been our Achilles this year. That's at least the third big touchdown in a big game against an opponent we've given up, and that's uncharacteristic of Pierce County defense.
You're almost going to have to put a spot on the guy when they line up. You got to put one of your linebackers that take that guy all the time, regardless if he runs out in the route or not. If you see that he's not going out on the route, then you can adjust and do what you normally do. But you got to have a guy that's going to basically be his shadow, and because they've been successful on it a couple times. But I'll say this: Pierce County Bears defensive and offensive staff make some of the best halftime adjustments that I've ever seen in high school football. Now, like you said, it's pretty big when you're down by 17, and but you do have a half to play. Now, here's the thing. The Bears are going to come back out and play just as hard as they normally do. You have to wonder if Carver's already said, we've got this game won. And you don't want to do that, Carver, if you think you can, because this Pierce County Bear team will come back and beat you.
So, what are the keys to victory for Carver? If you continue to do effectively what you've done, but let's say that the Bears do make that adjustment defensively, and we can talk about those keys in just a moment. Will it be good enough simply for Carver to have done what they have done to this point to get themselves home? And when you look at the Bears, there's adjustments to make offensively and defensively as well. Right. Remember, we talked about settling down earlier, how there were some inefficiencies, I think is how I termed it, uncharacteristic. The wheels haven't come off. But again, just some inefficiencies. But we've got some guys that are beat up still. And we're seeing that. John, this is the 13th game of the year. The 15th, if you include, scrimmages, which are essentially, you have, no live kickoff returns. But other than that, you're playing the other guy. That's right. That's 15 game weeks right there. And at some point, something gives. You don't want it to be you tonight.
No, you don't. And it's just a few things that the Bears don't normally do. The missed tackles that we've had on the outside and not picking up the back out of the backfield. So those are things that you can clean up and fix. When you have a wide receiver screen, you got to make tackles on that. You got to be reading those kind of things. We don't need to say that we can't get back in this game because the Bears have done it in the past and they could do it again. And our coaches have to do a good job of getting those kids to believe that they can come back and win this football game. And you just got to make the right adjustments. So their quarterback, he may be pretty good, but he just throws the ball up for those wide receivers to come out with a deep out. I mean, and we're playing so far off, then we can't mesh up quick enough to where he throws it up to, and so we got to fix that kind of thing.
He can run, but he's a different type of runner than Caden McGath is. Caden McGath can throw the ball, but he's a different type of thrower. Well, than Mungan is.
Well, the one crazy thing that you think about, John, is we made them one-dimensional. They cannot run the ball on the Bears. They have not been successful running the ball. One time did Munchen get back, get a little bit of yardage there, but other than that, I mean, the Bears have really, especially with their back, getting it in the middle of the field there, or in the middle of the defense, we held our strength there and actually lost of yardage. So we just need to do those other little things. Now we've got some kids that are very young playing in some spots on the defense and then secondary. We're asking those kids to do a lot. And so, I mean, that's the kind of thing that hurts you when you don't have Nigel Brown, the junior out there. You're asking a younger guy to do it. And then, you got some other guys that are younger that you're asking them to do some big things. And so those are the things we've got to try to understand, help those kids play a little bit above themselves and help them understand, because they've actually played for 2 games now and they've done a pretty decent job. They just got to believe they can.
This is where coaching comes in a big way, because you mentioned cleaning some things up. You did talk about them being Carver, being speedy, being quick, fast, however it was termed. I think it all applies. How would you quantify that, or when you talk to Coach Herring about this, what was the sense you got about this brand of speed versus last week's brand versus the speed we'd seen prior to that?
Well, you got the speed, John, but you also have an offensive line that averages 295 pounds. Now, here's something I don't even want to think about. This whole offense is going to be back next year. They're all underclassmen. They're at least juniors and sophomores, but they have no senior on that offensive team out there.
You remember I mentioned earlier about Carver, Atlanta, and we know how good they are.
They got beat last week.
Remember the road to championship 2020? We beat Carver, Atlanta in the 3rd round, and we say, this is a young team that's talented. And we know how prophetic that was, because next year they come down and beat us on our field in semifinals. And so when you say that about, they're all juniors, and we know Mungan, the quarterback's a junior, that's what it makes me think about, is that you think they're good this year. Next year's the year they're supposed to do it, but, they're a year ahead of schedule or whatever the case may be.
Yeah, I don't know that they'd say they're a year ahead of schedule with that size on the offensive line, but last week Appleton did beat Carver, Atlanta 35-14. And, right now it seems like Appleton is, I think at the last we had, they were 3 points ahead of Stevens County, 3-0. You got Rockmart playing Morgan County, and you got Thompson playing Burke. That's another repeat game of the year. Burke won the earlier game. Right now it's Burke leading that game 20-14. Stevens County beating Callaway. You wouldn't have thought Callaway would have been out, but now they're having to play a tough Appleton County game tonight down in Baxley, Georgia. And of course, Appleton was, like we said, leading that 3-0. But, when you get to this point, when you get to round 3 of the playoffs, there is not a bad team that you're playing. You can't say there's a lucky team that you're playing. All the teams are good, and it doesn't matter what division it is. They're all good football teams. The scary thing about Carver Columbus, they were successful in 3A last year. You kind of wonder, why'd they move down? I don't know. I don't know what GHSA looks at with that. But back in 2021, as I said earlier, they played Benedictine for the state championship in 4A. So, I mean, this is a team that has a lot of history. Carver Columbus, they've been successful in whatever division they've been in. But now when you look at them and you see how big they are, and you see that they got all these guys coming back, they could have a good team for several years to go.
For Pierce County, trying to match up with that speed. Some of our speed is sidelined, and some of it is banged up. And so that's when you got to go with some heart, some fundamentals, we've been there before, or like you said, you may. I guess I consider a roll of the dice when you say, you got to put a bandit on this guy or whatever. You're weakening yourself with numbers somewhere else on the field. Hope the other guy doesn't catch on to it, or you got to make the big play before he does. But these coaches, they've been there before. And even though the Bears are down by 17, again, we have seen magnitudinous, if that's the word, I just made it one, comebacks before. Hey, want to recognize, hey, guys, just let's so you know, there's another drone out there, Michael. Our high school guys were talking about all the drones last week up in Columbia. They were really amazed by that. Robbie Robertson Ford is among our sponsors in 2024, along with Farmers and Builders Ace Hardware, Benefit Johnson Insurance, 5 Points Lawn Center, Waycross Bank and Trust, Jody DuPont of Compass 360 Realty, and Mossy Pond. Halftime analysis brought to you by Patterson Pharmacare with free local delivery, free drive-thru service, and free refill requests online. Also, Eagle Nutrition Follow them on Instagram and TikTok at Eagle Nutrition GA. See them for your healthy protein shakes. I think, what is it that the young people like? What is it, guys, that everybody likes? The boba teas and the lit teas. I don't even know what that is, but they're nodding their head enthusiastically. They know what that stuff's all about. Once again, John was talking about was it the last update from Appling County, 3-0. I'll just say this: that's actually they're up 20-0 now. So for our fans, the bad news is we're down, and the worst news is Appling County's winning, and not just because they're the rival, but because a win here tonight. It looks like the next round is going to be in Appling County, and so that's something that you would look forward to do. But all we can do is take care of what we can take care of, and that means a 17-point deficit that has to be overcome in the second half. Before we step aside for break, one more check of the scoreboard and last check of the Georgia Tech-Georgia game. And at the end of the first quarter, Tech led 3-0 there. Let's take another timeout. At the break, it's Carver 24 and Pierce County 7. Let's pause for a 60-second timeout. This is Pierce County Bears football.
The Barnard Company, Highway 84 in Patterson, is your hometown hardware store with friendly folks you know and trust. Your licensed dealer for Valspar paints, with a fully stocked lumber yard for both the builder and the do-it-yourselfer, featuring electrical and plumbing supplies too. The gift shop offers a full line for bridal registry. Check it out today. Open 7:30 till 5 p.m. weekdays, 8 till 12 Saturdays too. Call them at 647-5362. The Barnard Company, 6344 Highway 84 Patterson, a proud supporter of your Pierce County Bears.
Back here. Nope. We're back here in Columbus. Halftime. It's 24-7. Number 1 Carver leading number 2 Pierce County. Quarterfinals, the Elite 8 of the state playoffs. John DuPont and John Jordan got started in our studio producer for radio. Our NFHS network crew here, we've got Larry Branson along with Michael Pennington and Nick Whitley. Just saw somebody just sent me. I'm not, obviously we're not watching the Georgia Tech game, but a photo of a mid-game recognition of Dave Williams. If you don't know, he's a really neat guy. Dave, we call him Diamond Dave. He is an events management guy at the University of Georgia, and he's being honored tonight as he is retiring. Diamond Dave is a guy. It's just 2 nights ago I was watching We Are Marshall for the millionth time. Dave actually appeared in that movie. It was in the summertime. He went over. He heard there was a casting call over at Grant Field, which is Bobby Dodd Stadium, which is where Tech plays. And of course, Atlanta being a movie center, they were filming. They were filming there, and that was the Marshall, air quotes, Marshall Stadium. So anyway, he just thought, it was a day off. I'll go be a movie extra. Well, they saw him, and Dave's about 10 years older than me, and he's still got his hair from the 1970s. And they said, well, you look like a guy who could have been a coach in the 1970s. And so they made him a coach. It was a non-speaking role. And so if you ever watch that, he's the guy with the horn-rimmed glasses. And he's a real guy. He's being honored tonight. He's seen a lot of Georgia Tech games. And, we don't talk as much about Georgia at halftime now that Stetson's not there. But, of course, Luke is still there. Luke Bennett's there, and Henry Piegler. And I noticed last week they were doing, senior recognition, and I saw that Luke was recognized, and I said, "What's that right? This is Luke's 3rd year." And I haven't had a chance to ask Luke's mom or dad about that because he should have a couple of years of eligibility left. But if he went into UGA with a couple of years of college, as some of our guys do, he may be moving on if a degree is in sight. But whatever the case is, we are very proud of our UGA, our Pierce County Dogs, and the Dogs with a little bit of work to do tonight as well. That game being heard over on 97.7 WWUF. So, John, looking at the increase, that Appling County game up 20-0 now, and I got to tell you, they're proving me wrong because the night that Appling County beat Pierce County this season, Bears played their worst game. Appling played probably their best game with their backup QB, a freshman. And I said, I just felt like they were too one-dimensional to do anything beyond that. And as I understand, they've lost another guy since then, and they're doing it. So right now, as if that holds up, Appling County is going to be hosting somebody next week. They'll be hosting the winner of this game if that holds up. But talking about things that hold up, we still got to see what the second half holds for Pierce County. That may have been with Caden McGatha. I don't want to say he got gassed. I know he came into this game banged up a little bit, but I know he's playing with the hurts, and maybe that rest came at just the right amount of time. You mentioned we were going to use Dylan Johnson at one point. There's going to be I'm anxious to see what coach is going to dial up in the second half.
No question about it. And they do a great job of getting these kids ready to go for the second half. And again, we have to hope Carver Columbus is overlooking, they think they got this thing won. But, talking about Appling, if Appling and Carver, who actually, did they do a coin toss? And is it the top that actually wins, or is it the
I
bottom?
don't think they have to do that for hours. I think it's 4, 5, and 6 is what I read this week only. That because they're doing it differently in, and by that I mean 4A, 5A, and 6A.
Well, then it would be that Appling would have to come up here and play Carver because they were champions too, right?
Let's see here. Okay. I thought we were going by. See, this is where it gets confusing in the first year because you're talking about they are number one in the poll, in the people poll, but they came in as. Does it not still revert back to what your
I think it goes
your
back
power
to
rankings
were, but Carver Columbus should have been ahead of Appling in the power rankings, you would think.
All right. Well, let's take a look at if it does go by the power rankings in that regard. Yeah, you're right, John. Okay, so Appling would come here. You're right. Because they came into this number. They're number one in the Georgia High School Football Daily poll, but number 2 in the rankings. So I did misspeak on that. So they would host Appling or Stevens County. But for the Pierce County Bears, I mean, the stakes, you do have an opportunity to play at home or close to home next week if you rally here. But now you're talking about them having rally and Stevens County. So there's a lot of possibilities, and all you can control right now is now living to play another day. And sometimes it doesn't even feel like you can control that. Last week felt like one of those weeks, and there's always something to overcome. I think tonight you're talking about the speed and the size, and that's something that we forget about. We've seen a lot of big teams that the Bears have, throughout the run of history, have asserted themselves well against. But sometimes pound for pound is exactly what you fear that it will be. But that being said, with Carver's speed, with their size, you talked about them not running the ball. They've got a couple of pretty good receivers. They've got Jake's number 3, and they've got number 8. We don't know who he is. And then you've got the QB. You've got Mungen, however he says his name, when he does release out of the backfield. But we've also seen the Bears contain him a time or two. So it's easier said than done. But as you see the guys warming up down there, sometimes you can tell a lot by body language just by warming up. We don't see the sense of panic. There is a sense of urgency. They've been here before. They know what has to be done. And so I think they're anxious to get out there, and we'll find out in about a minute and 40 seconds what is to come to pass here in the second half.
Well, that's the thing. You got a great group of seniors on this football team, and I'm sure that they're bringing our team together and saying, hey, we still got opportunity here. We got a whole second half. You got 24 minutes to play. You're down by 17. You're not down by 100. So, you got an opportunity to come back and get back in this thing. First thing we have to do is on the first possession of this third quarter, we have to stop Carver Columbus and get the ball back and try to go get some points out of it.
You think about what can be done. How do you eat an elephant one bite at a time? This isn't really an elephant.
No.
We've seen football comebacks. I think about the Super Bowl. Doug Williams and the Redskins scoring 35 in the second quarter against the Broncos. But that's the NFL. Well, they're both NFL teams. If you quantify that high school versus high school, college versus college, it can be done. That's what Coach Billy Henderson always said. Well, he won 285 career games for Clark Central and a couple of stops before that. So he knew what he was talking about. Ryan Herring, he's won a few games in his career. He didn't win all of them leading wire to wire. So Garrett Stevenson will kick it up, tee it up. Had a 55-yard field goal attempt. I don't know if that was a field record attempt, but it had to be up there in the top 5. Bears will be kicking off left to right. Mentioned Cecil Reese, Jameel Strickland, Johnny Stone, Marquez Leggett, a lot of those guys, Brandon McHenry, a lot of those hard-nosed kamikaze squad guys that are out there.
And they do have 11 out there. I just counted the number for Carver, so they don't have 12 this time.
Carver gets the ball to start the second half. And Stevenson's kickoff taken at the 4. The middle, breaking left. Returner to the 20 or 23 or so thereabouts. Saw where Jameel Strickland was in there. Peyton Turner coming across at the end. But Jameel's done a good job not only filling in on defense for Nigel Brown, he's playing out there on special teams too.
Justin, down to you real quick. Just a little idea of what Coach said.
A tale of two halves. They're going to start from the 24 from the left hash. That's Carver in all blue. They've looked steady, if not spectacular. They have looked spectacular on some plays, but they look steady, very businesslike. Played a very disciplined brand of football. Pass, left side, complete, up to around the 30, maybe just shy, maybe 29-30.
Joe Drew on the tackle for the Bears. That again was number 12 or 8 coming down with the catch.
Good thing about having Joe out there is nobody knows that route like he does. You got a receiver on a receiver.
Right, so pickup of about 6 on the play brings up second down and 4.
Just to start the second half, 24-7, Carver leading Pierce. And back protection there. Good. Right side complete to number 3. It's going to be a first down. That's Jakes on the catch again. He got the first down plus a couple more.
And he comes limping a little bit after that play.
We know as cold as it is, this is definitely pulled muscle weather.
A good tackle holding on by Jones here in that time. Again, we're playing a pretty good ways off the receiver. We're not going to let them go deep on us, but we're letting them catch the underneath ball. So to bring up another first down for them. And
you just won't say it, will you? You won't use the term. Prevent. It's not a cardinal sin, John.
No.
From the 37, first and 10 for the Tigers.
They'll put a slot, to bring one of the slots in motion across the formation.
From right, left, and now he's going to bail, and Johnny Stone runs past him. He's going to have a first down, then some 50, 45, 40, and he's going to slide down around the 37. Probably could have gotten a couple more, but that's obviously what he was instructed to do.
Right. All right, so that's another big first down, and first down number 9 on the night.
And I don't think that was one of those slides. I don't think it was a clock flop. I think that was a save the body slide.
Going to be a hold right there at the end for Carver.
Because you definitely don't want to lose that guy if you move on, hold things here, and move on to play next week. For the Bears right now, being down by 17, you definitely have the play like there's no tomorrow mentality.
So he'll still have the first down, but it's going to bring it back more closer to midfield. It'll be at the 47-yard line, first down from there.
Second half action. Here, third quarter action. Brought to you by Patterson Pharmacare. From the right hash, first and 10 of the Bears, 47.
They'll stay with that slot to both sides.
Screen left side. One man out front of him. 40, 35 to the 30. Hawk down. And Campbell Strickland's helmet came off at the end of that one. He got a first down.
He'll have to come out. Campbell making the tackle. And that's number 1, Chase. And that kid is very quick, as you could see after that catch and run.
Yeah, he really was really strolling downhill after the catch. From the left hash, they had 2 receivers short side, 2 to the wide side. They're going to throw. We send a blitz in. QB goes down. How about that? Unleashes it. Clean breakup on the left side. Well defended by Joe Drew. That was a clean hit on the QB, too. A well-executed defensive play on both ends by the Bears.
It was very well. Got to bring up second down and 10. They were both hand tussling a little bit, but hey, you got to call that on both sides. Good no call there for sure. All right, so they'll stay in that slot to both sides.
They really laid out the QB that time. You like the Bears' physicality coming out here in the third quarter, even though they trail by 17. Serving notice, hey, we're still here. Pass, right side, incomplete.
They have moved Jones Heron to one of the safeties now. And that's why you see him not playing linebacker. That's why you see Johnny Stone come in and playing one of the linebacker spots.
3rd down and 10 from the 30-yard line. They come up short here. I think they're in 4th down territory. This is beyond what their kicker showed earlier. We don't know what his maximum effective range is. And when you're up by 17, you can actually take a few chances. Here they go. A little bit of time. Right side. Into the end zone for the touchdown on the post. And it's another score for Carver.
Yeah, just a great route on that. Made our defender kind of go outside when he came inside. And just a great fake. And the quarterback with a fantastic throw, catching him in stride. And that brings your score now. Carver Columbus 30, Pierce County 7. 9:37 left in this third quarter.
All it takes is a stride or two, and they've shown that type of downfield speed, that vertical speed all night long.
Ball is up, and it is good. So as they come back up the field, Carver Columbus 32, Pierce County 7. We'll take this quick break. You're listening to Pierce County Bears football.
Patterson Pharmacare is your friendly hometown pharmacy with caring folks who have always been there for you. Registered pharmacist Candace Boatwright invites you to visit their family-friendly location on Highway 84 in Patterson. Filling your prescriptions and offering diabetic supplies, respiratory aids, vitamins, supplements, and more. Most insurance plans are welcome, and you get convenient drive-through service. Free delivery in the surrounding area. Online at PattersonPharmacare.com or use the smartphone app and order refills with a click. Open weekdays 9 till 6, Saturdays 9 till 12, and as always, go Bears.
For Appleton 20, Stevens County 6, it was late in the second. Some other ones could give you, we had clinch above Bowden 10-7 late in the second. Worth had gotten ahead of Fitzgerald 21-14, and Coffey's leading Sequoia 28-24.
Here in Columbus, it's Carver 31, Pierce County 7. 7-play, 76-yard drive, and that was a 30-yard strike. Yeah, the Bears' lone big play of this game was a 74-yard touchdown run by McGathal on the first drive of the game, and the Bears took the lead, 7-0 at that point, and then even led 7-3 after Carver scored on its ensuing drive. They actually ran the kickoff back, and it was nullified, and then they settled for a field goal. So things were looking pretty good for the Bears, but Carver with 31 unanswered points. They have definitely gotten untracked.
Yeah, when you look how many kids Carver has on the football team, you look at the sidelines, they don't have a big football team.
A lot of Bear fans came here to watch this one. Let's see if there's still a few thrills that remain.
9:37 in the third quarter left.
It'll be a relatively shallow kick, taken at the 18 by Jai Evans, quickly at the 30. And he is hit as he goes out around the 39-yard line. Let's check this flag.
Almost should have been almost a penalty on the guy to hit Job, but got to be a penalty on the Bears, I think, with either a hold or a block in the back.
Yeah, I thought you were right. It happened so fast like that. It's about a heartbeat ahead of that.
So we got out to about the 38-yard line, but the penalty flag is at the 32. So it's going to be a holding on the Bears, so they're going to mark it from where the ball's spotted. Or it's going to be from the spot. So it's going to be from the spot of the foul, I think. So they'll get it about the 22.
This senior class comes in with 47 career victories. School record's 49 for a four-year group. Still have still have an opportunity to make some memories here, but got to work fast as there's 9:32 to go in the third quarter, trailing 31-7. Bears got to go to work. Start from their own 22. McGatha up the middle, breaking outside, 30, 35, 40, 45 across midfield, angling to the 40, to the 35, to the 30, all the way down to the Carver 25.
Almost looked like the first half, and it looks like we've started blocking a little bit different out there on the Big Bear. And big pickup on the first play.
53 yards, and he had 74 on the touchdown. So he is not going quietly, Caden McGatha. And like you said, I didn't catch the different blocking angles, but that's the kind of adjustments that we talk about the Bears making.
Absolutely. So they blocked it a little bit different, almost kind of like a Chris Kloss block. It's like Braden McKendry comes in to bring the play for the Bears this time.
From the left hash, Bears moving left to right. Bears in white jerseys. Tigers of Carver in blue. 1st and 10 Bears at the Carver 25, trailing 31-7. And this is going to be about a modest 2-yard gain inside.
So to bring up 2nd down and 8.
Cold night here in West Georgia. There's stone's throw from Alabama. As the guys mentioned, we had to travel a long ways and still not get out of Georgia. A long road trip for the Bears and still looking to see what fruit it will bear. McGatha crossing over right left. Maybe got an extra yard there, but it's going to be 3rd down and about 7 now.
Yeah, only about a yard gain on that. And really, we just kind of let the defensive end slide in on that. Didn't get to him before he started down the line, and he was able to get to McGatha before he could get across the line of scrimmage.
Carver 31, Pierce County 7, 8:24, and rolling here in the third quarter.
All right, so it's like John said, it's 3rd down, about 7 to go, and we're having to get somebody in for our one of our offensive ends. Brandon Williams had to come out.
Listening to WSGT Patterson. From between the hash marks now, Bears will scrimmage. Joe Drew, the receiver, to the right side. And on 3rd down and 7, McGatha again. It's going to be decision time. Do we see a flag come out at the end there?
Yeah, a little flag came out right there at the end, so it'd be interesting to see what the call is here. Probably where a hold's going to be called. We'll see. Probably decline it if that's what it is.
After last week, I would have felt like that would have been
chop block by the Bears.
I would have felt like, brace yourselves for maybe, another flag fest. But tonight has been a situation where, we haven't seen the holding call. And that chop block, you don't see that a lot, hardly called at all. The Bears are a pretty disciplined team on that. So it hasn't been the factor that we might have thought it would have been.
All right, so
got the white hat explaining over the PA system. You don't get that at every high school stadium. And
we broke up a little bit.
We talked about this stadium with all the bells and whistles it's got. I said, surely this has got to be some amazing press box.
That's a 15-yard penalty on the chop block. It brings it all the way out to about the 36-yard line. We've got to get inside the 15 to get a 1st down.
So final thought on Otis Spencer Stadium is that we thought maybe this was home to some college football. We're told no. There's certainly a lot of future college football players that have come through here, and a few here tonight as well. 3rd down and 10 for the Bears. Throwing over the middle, complete. Who got it? It was Jones Heron up to the original line of scrimmage.
Well, I actually got 2 yards advance of that, so it's 4th and 8, and I would bet that the
4-down territory.
Yeah, it's 4-down territory here.
At the 28-yard line. Got to get to the 20. So when you look at it that way.
We got to get to the 15. Over the 15.
15? Wait. Oh, I'm sorry, John. I was off by 5. The 23 to the 15. Rather than the 28 to the 20. And the clock will go inside 7 minutes of game time. With the Bears trailing 31-7. 4th down. If you come up short here, it's still decent field position defensively. This is going to be whistled dead. He was getting ready to do the pull-up on the behind right tackle on a pop pass.
Procedure on the Bears, I believe.
Yeah, I think we may have had a couple of those guys on the right side moving early, leaving the blocks.
Well, that kills you because where you're, 4th down and 7 or 8, now you're,
Well, now,
13.
now it will be the 28. So it's going to be 4th and 13. I don't think it changes the fact the Bears are going for it. It certainly changes probably the strategy and what you call here. We talked about earlier when Caden went out and we had Dylan Johnson back there and how he was going to throw the ball. Joe Drew to the left side, Jaw Evans in the slot that side, Dixon Morris the tight end, all on the wide side, the left side. On 4th and 13 at the 28, Bears trailing 31-7. Throw. Intercepted inside the 5-yard line. It's going to be returned at the 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40. He could take it all the way. He's going to take it all the way if we don't catch him there. A 96-yard pick six for the touchdown.
Wow. Down our sideline into the end zone. It was every bit, if not more than 96, because I think he caught it right about the 2-yard line and goes all the way down the sideline. Great blocking out in front of him. Into the end zone he goes, just like that. It is now 37-7, Carver Columbus.
And you still have a little over a quarter and a half to play, but things looking pretty kind of imminent at this point. Down by 30 points, and they're looking to make it a 31-point lead.
That was an impressive run back for sure, but they're a good football team. No question about it.
A worthy number one, that's for sure.
Yeah, very speedy football team. Good snap, good hold. The kick is up, and I don't believe it's any good. So it is no good. If they come back up the field, your score remains 37-7. We'll be back right after this message. Yes, we've got Clinch County about and tied up at 10, and we've got Coffee leading Sequoia 42-38 just in 2 quarters. That's crazy. Justin, down to the sidelines real quick with you.
All right, John. So, you saw what happened there. Joe Drew was covered up. He had 4 defenders on him. It was basically a Hail Mary type of approach. But here's the deal is that I know that we play with discipline. I know we play with guts. And we're going to find out real quick if they have guts and they have discipline. And I know our kids do.
37-7, Carver leads after the pick six. And that was a 4th down and tough, a 4th and tough situation. And then after the penalty, Bears kind of forced themselves a little bit on the pick, and this is going to go out of bounds. So let's see, where's this going to be? This may be the best starting field position of the night for Pierce County. No, it'll be, you realize twice tonight, we had the ball once at our own 35, once at our own 36, but it'll still rank right up there from the 35. So I'm thinking about going back to the Appleton County game where the Bears lose that game, and it changes kind of the context of everything. It makes me wonder what the power rankings would have been, what the bracket would have been, what the pairings would have been in that case. If we win that game, I think you still wind up. It still comes down to Pierce County and Carver at some point. You still got to get past Carver at some point. Non-biased fans treated to a 1 versus 2, but it's been dominated by Carver. They are legit. They are a legit threat. And meanwhile, not giving up yet, not going quietly into that good night is Caden McGatha, who a minute ago had a 53-yard run. He had a 74-yarder for the Bears only score, and just picked up 6 yards on that one.
Caden's going out now. Dylan Johnson's coming in. I can promise you this is a football team that won't quit playing. They're not going to quit playing football here. It's second down on about 4. But you know it hurts because they've not been in this situation very many times.
Bears from their own 41. Dylan will get a couple.
Yeah.
You know, it makes me think back to Fellowship Christian from a couple of years ago, Caden's sophomore year. It wound up being passing of the torch as DJ Bell was pretty much that night pretty much neutralized. And you saw Caden come in, and although the Bears did not win that game, you saw what was to come of the next 2 years. Don't know how many more snaps we may see Caden take, as it's going to be 3rd down and 2 now. Dylan Johnson's in there, and he gets stuffed as it's going to knock it back.
Yeah, we just that time we just whipped
Lost
on a
about
couple
7,
of blocks
yeah.
that time in the middle. Brings up 3rd down and about 4th down. Excuse me.
A better
about
spot
6.
than what I anticipated. So if it's a running clock in the 4th quarter, as it appears it will be, we may see a passing of a torch here. And we may have seen that. Nope, it's going to be McGatha coming back in. But that is the first time tonight we've seen Caden out for more than a play.
Yeah, and it's going to be 4th and 5, but the Bears are going for it here.
Trailing 37-7 with 4:19 to go in the 3rd. McGatha, Big Bear, what else? And 2 yards, and it'll be over on downs as Carver will take over the Bears' 42-yard line.
Short by 2, making that 1st down.
And, John, and I say what else? I don't mean to say that in a negative way. I'm saying, boy, that has been bread and butter. And you ride the horse that brought you here. And if they're going to shut down the Big Bear, then they're going to beat you with your best players running their best formation. That play, that formation, that scheme, it wasn't launched during the Caden McGatha era. It preceded that. And it kind of got stuck away for just a little while and reappeared every once in a while.
Right.
And I dare say we haven't seen the last of it, not even knowing what comes after this year. I mean, that is a bona fide, tried and true offensive schema. But neutralize the word we've used tonight. Carver has shut it down. And this time the Bears,
and again, we've shut
defensively,
down their run all night long. What we have not been able to do is stop their pass, but they have not been able to run the football on the Bears all night long.
and if they want to burn clock, that's a good way to do it. Is once you said it a minute ago, I forget the wording you used, but you're down by 30. Things are looking kind of grim here. Got to be proud of the Pierce County team going out there still going after it on defense.
No doubt.
Of the left hash mark. Do they throw the ball on this play? It's back at their own 40. It's back at the 47. It's the Pierce County 47. They will throw. So you'll throw deep. No, he's got to step up. How about that? Kadon Lashley, Dixon Morris. Who else was in there? About 3 different Bears took him down back at the Pierce County 49. Back at Carver's on 49.
Brandon Williams in there on the tackle, too. He's coming off the bottom of the pile. So they'll
3
spot it
seniors.
at the 49.
3 Bear seniors. Roll call on the ball on that one.
They'll get it on the other side of the 50. So it'll be 3rd and, what was that, about
Got to get to the
18.
33. Yep.
18.
2:46 to go in the 3rd quarter. Carver 37, Pierce County 7. And they'll come to they'll send a guy into the huddle, break it with about 8 seconds. Now down to 5 on the play clock. 3, 2, and get the snap off. Pass deep over the middle, and Chance Williams, and he did the only thing he could do, which is just, grab the guy, and here comes the flag. So it's going to be pass interference, but that's all you can do in that situation.
Yeah, just got behind us a little bit. Just kind of had to grab a little bit of jersey, and there's your play. It's 3rd and 18, but it should be an automatic first run.
Yep, clock stops at 2:27 of the 3rd quarter.
Play. Pass interference, defense, 15 yards from the previous spot, still 3rd down.
Okay, it's going to remain 3rd down, but it'll be 3rd and about 3.
Yeah, okay, so it was 3rd and 18. All right. And they're at the Bears 33.
They'll stack the wide receivers this time on both sides.
2 wide either side, like John just told you, with 2:27 to go in the 3rd quarter. 3rd round playoff game. Carver leads Pierce County 37-7, and they're going to make some adjustments here on the left side.
They unstack them for one.
Play clock has started. Now it has. Quick pass. Right side, complete at the 29. Receiver catches it, goes down after about a 4-yard gain.
Yeah, and enough for the first down by about 4. So that puts them at the 29-yard line, 1st and 10.
Just what they needed, plus a little bit more. The defending state champion Bears coming in number 2 against the number 1 rated Carver. They were number 2. I mean, number 2 in the power rankings, number 1 in the people poll, as this clock will go under 2 minutes to go in the third quarter. 37-7, Carver leading Pierce. From the right hash mark, Carver at the 29 of the Pierce County Bears. Carver in blue. Tigers to throw. Here comes pass rush from the middle, from the sides. And playing with heart and spirit, that was Campbell Strickland, wasn't it?
Coming from the outside that time to make the tackle.
As Justin Gambrell would say, Campbell soup.
All right. So 2nd down and 17 now for Carver.
15, Joshua Gaucher checking in offensively for the Tigers. Play clock at 21-20. They don't need to get in a rush. There's about 1 minute differential on the game clock before we see the fourth quarter. It's going to be 2nd down. Tigers from the Pierce County 36. Got to get to the Pierce County 19. 2nd 17. 2 wide either side.
That middle wide receiver screen, and that time, who is that? Our 64 comes up
Logan
and makes a
Spivey.
big hit there. Logan does.
That's what Sean Pender, I think, the one he always called the Blazer screen that they ran at Valdosta State. It was pretty popular. And that's going to be 3rd down now. And what do they get off of that? They get a yard?
Yes.
Or did they even get that? I don't know if they even got that,
They
John.
got a yard.
It's 3rd down and 16 then?
Yep.
With 28 seconds left in the third quarter. Tigers leading by 30. Catch this. Whistle.
Flag coming in.
Back on the far side across the field. And it's going to be motion penalty. It's going to be against the offense.
Yep.
Comes to 23 seconds left in the third quarter.
False start. Offense. 5-yard penalty from the previous spot.
So they're up by 30, but they are kind of struggling here to put this one away, hurting themselves with penalties like this. This is not something that, if this score holds and they move on, that they would be happy with. You can't play in big games like that. So I think it's, let's see, timeout down on the field with 19 seconds left in the third quarter.
I think they're going to let it burn.
Going to let that. Well, see if the clock's not running. Game clock's not running. What did we miss?
Should finish and start the fourth, you would think, but let's see.
Well, we're afraid to break away for fear of what they might actually do, but I think you're right. I think, okay, now they run it. They are treating this as the mid-quarter break. All right, we got 3 quarters of the books. On to the fourth quarter with Carver leading Pierce County 37-7. Let's take the 60-second timeout. This is Pierce County Bears football.
The Barnard Company, Highway 84 in Patterson, is your hometown hardware store with friendly folks you know and trust. Your licensed dealer for Valspar paints, with a fully stocked lumber yard for both the builder and the do-it-yourselfer, featuring electrical and plumbing supplies too. The gift shop offers a full line for bridal registry. Check it out today. Open 7:30 till 5 p.m. weekdays, 8 till 12 Saturdays too. Call them at 647-5362. The Barnard Company, 6344 Highway 84 Patterson, a proud supporter of your Pierce County Bears.
All right, thanks for those updates, guys. We got Coffee leading Sequoia 42-38 in the third. I'll try to give you the other ones in a minute.
3rd down and 16 as we start the fourth quarter. At the Pierce 41. QB scrambling, flush out of the pocket, cuts, reverses field. He's got an opportunity to get a first down, but he's going to get run out of bounds well shy of that at 25. Looks like they probably go for it, though, John.
Yeah, Justin, down to you real quick.
Guys, and we know the score here, fourth quarter, 11 minutes and 40 seconds left. Here's the deal. It's about pride and our GHSA pride. They have class. They're doing what they've been coached to do. They fought hard, and they got to continue. You got 11 minutes left, and it's about digging deep right here and finish. Some of these guys, a lot of these guys on offense and defense, seniors. This is about a pride issue right here.
And Mungan runs out of bounds, but the clock keeps running because it is a running clock. That's not something we see Pierce County in very often. And they're throwing the ball still downfield, which is kind of dangerous right now. But as you mentioned, they don't really have a running game that's been effective. The Bears have controlled that. And we look at our guys. I mean, they played their guts out. They're slow getting up there because they're just beat up and gassed. It's been a physical game.
And because the quarterback runs all over the place and finds somebody right there at the last minute that just barely open. We did a good job trying to get to the ball, but he gets a first down after all that.
Remember back when we had, to finish in a minute, little handoff right side. Didn't even get a yard on that. It's going to be the ninth play of the drive, one of the more sustained drives of the night. In fact, if I check my drives sheet here,
Lashley coming up with a tackle that time.
This is the most sustained drive of the night for either team. Actually, the Bears had a 9-play drive that logged earlier. That's a 9. They've scored rather quickly. Carver has on its drives, but that's their 9th play of that drive. But remember when we had Stetson and he would scramble so much, and we'd always talk about extending a play and getting more propensity for holding calls. We haven't seen that with Carver. They managed to avoid that. Here comes a pass rush. Pass into the end zone for another touchdown. We're going to get flagged on that one, maybe. Nope, I guess not.
Again, it's just that wide out throw that they just seem to – he throws them open to the outside, and in the end zone he goes.
I'm surprised Bears didn't draw a flag on that attack of the guy in the end zone after he caught it, but I think that's one of those things, and that's uncharacteristic. But
they're trying to make him drop the ball.
Yeah,
is what it is.
But it's going to make it 43-7.
9:46 left in this fourth quarter, and their number 41 will come out and attempt the extra point. Good snap. The kick is up, and it is good. So as they come back up the field, Carver 44. Pierce County 7. We'll take this quick break. You're listening to Pierce County Bears football. Back here in Columbus, Georgia, where it is now 44-7. Carver Columbus leading this thing.
All 5 of their touchdowns have been via the airwaves tonight. 5 touchdown passes tonight for Carver, for Mungan.
9:46 left in this football game.
44-7.
You would think it would be automatically a running clock in this last period.
We're in Columbus. It's been a long ride here, and it ventures to be a long ride home, but we still got some time to play. 20, 25, 30 on the return. Jaw Evans.
Nice job by Evans.
Up past the 35.
Flag coming in all the way from the sidelines over here. Thrown out there to the hash. Now they drop it down around the 34.
Listening to WSGT Patterson. College scoreboard, Georgia Tech 10, Georgia nothing. I can hear the Dogs fans howling on social media from here on that one.
It's going to be a hold by Pierce County. I've got us with almost 10 penalties on the night, then with about 3. All right, so that'll move us back 10 yards from there. We had it at the 34, but it's going to the 24. The clock still hasn't started. You would think it'd be a running clock here in the fourth quarter.
It did run on the out of bounds runs earlier, but it did stop after the touchdown. Bears moving right to left here to go Riverside in the fourth quarter. One receiver right side. McGatha will run to that side behind Campbell Strickland. McGatha across the line of scrimmage for a couple, 2, 3 yards.
Yeah, about 3 when it's all said and done. Be second down and about 7.
And at this point, the spots are less consequential. It is what it is. It's a 44-7 ball game against a superior opponent, and you don't say that very many times. Repeating as a state champion, it's difficult. The fact the Bears have won 2 state titles in the span of 4 years is remarkable. And we're not done here tonight, as time to throw this one incomplete.
Well, Joe Drew's being held all day long back there. He was the one we were trying to throw it to, but he couldn't even get anywhere because we're being held.
Check the flag, but there's the hold's going to be against the Bears.
Yeah,
like.
They're going to get that call, but we're not going to get the hold on them, which they held the whole way down the field. Joe Drew was being held, but we're going to get the 10-yard on the holding call.
Just when I thought we were seeing probably maybe, as this game is kind of out of hand at this point, appears to be that maybe you wouldn't see as many penalties as called. Seems to be.
All right, so it was a late hit on the offense.
It seems to be going the other way with the penalties instead. So 8:45 left in the fourth quarter, left in this ball game in regulation.
So now you're third and over 20, or at 20 yards for first down.
Bears from their own 14. Gatha, charge to the middle. Couple of yards maybe.
I think you're right. It's going to bring up fourth down now at about 18.
In Chile, Columbus, Georgia. It is I call it upper west Georgia. It's not quite North Georgia, although it's about an hour southwest of Atlanta, something along those lines. Almost in Alabama. In fact, we accidentally crossed into Alabama. Something happened with my navigator on the way over here, and we wound up crossing the Chattahoochee River before we came back. But it's a chilly night in Georgia/Alabama. Clock under 8 minutes to go in the fourth quarter now. Nice moves by McGatha there. And right now, he gets back up, not even 20-yard line. John, his numbers are still going to be good for what that's worth. At the end of the night, his rushing numbers will be fantastic again. And as Caden McGatha moves on, we don't know. In fact, I don't know that he has any offers to this point yet. But wherever he takes his talents, he's definitely leaving a remarkable legacy here at Pierce County.
He's had a great career.
It's one of those where you got to see, we saw Stetson start for 3 years. We saw Jermaine Bruton start for 4 years. And we only got this guy for 2 years. Right. But it's been a great ride.
And they'll take over at the 19-yard line. But, the other thing is, too, is we've got some great seniors that this is their last game. And we need to talk a little bit about them before they.
So they'll go one wide either side. One back offset. Not that they've been running the ball very much. They will this time. And the give goes to Jakes in the middle.
Going to be a procedure on Carver.
But number 2, who's not on the roster.
So there's no running clock. You would think it would be automatic.
It was a modified running clock because we didn't have that earlier on. It was 37-7 coming to the fourth quarter. They've scored the 1 touchdown, and they take over at the 19, like John just said. As we start talking about, some of these seniors, there are a lot of guys to start talking about, but we're going to get set for this, so they do a line shift here. First and about 15. Now we're set. And we had a guy come in from behind and make the stop.
That's Johnny Stone making the tackle for the Bears.
Man, he was really a spark plug last week, wasn't he?
He sure was.
Came in when we had when Jones here and went down, and he had the scoop 6, and and then it was nullified, but he had some other big plays. He even got hurt himself and had to go out, but then came back in, special teams, playing offense, defense. Johnny's a junior, so he'll be part of next year's senior class. He's coming back. We talk about the seniors. One guy is Reed Smith, was a guy that we talked about that's a real character guy through the years, and came on strong last year and got some key playing time this year. Another run, and he'll get out to the second level, almost back to the original line of scrimmage. Brandon Williams, only had him for a year. He was a transfer and a super athlete, a kid that can contribute on offense, defense. He was our punter this year.
That's right.
Jones Heron is a guy that I call him the Swiss Army knife. I think he has been so crucial to Caden McGatha's success. When I think about Jones, I think about a guy who's sneaky fast.
Sneaky fast and sneaky good. He plays a lot of snaps on both defense and offense, and he's played really well on both sides of the ball all year long.
And just doing this in alphabetical order, McGatha, I don't even remember what the numbers were, but he's somewhere in the neighborhood of like 50 and 50 rushing touchdowns and passing touchdowns for his career. And I was surprised that wasn't a flag. That's all you can do. We just gave him a hard shove there in the end zone when you're beat, and that's what they've outquicked the defense every night. Joe Drew, every all 4 quarters tonight, but Joe Drew is another guy who's a phenomenal kid. Offense, defense, special teams. I will always think about Joe's game against Crisp County and those big hits that he had, as much as the touchdowns that he scored. Just tremendous heart, Joe does.
He's done some great things the last 2 years for sure.
4:37 left in the ball game. It's 44-7. As Carver is looking to punctuate this. It's 4th down and 10, though, at the 20. There's the pass rush. Throw over the middle and knocked away. That was a good play by Chance Williams.
It sure was.
Who's not a senior. He's just a sophomore. And we talked about the beginning of the year, so the Bears take over on downs, but we talked about it's going to be at 4:13, 4:10. Now the clock's running. It's called the change of possession now. But Chance Williams and Joe Drew at the beginning of the year, they had picks and touchdowns scored on offense in every game for like the first 3 games, I think is what it was.
Yeah, it was huge. Multiple picks.
Campbell Strickland, a guy who you think of as he contributed. If you just look at his legacy as a linebacker, it's solid, or as a sniffer,
yes,
it's equally solid.
Yeah, for 2 years, it's probably one of the kids. What Coach, or I joke about with Coach is, maybe he was the guy that Coach looked at as maybe just playing soccer when he first came out because he was such a skinny kid. But he's one of those kids that's worked really hard to get just solid muscle. Still not the biggest guy in the world, but, man, he has played big the last 2 years for this football team.
Mark Sweet is a guy who's seen some key time from here and there, pockets of success, a tough kid, a really fun kid to be around, and you need those types. 3:05 left in this game, Bears trailing 44-7.
Picked up almost 8 yards on that last play.
Tell you about Dixon Morris right after this. 2nd down at about 2. Throwing on the run, complete to Jones Heron, and only got about a yard, but that could be the last completion between those 2 teammates. But Dixon Morris, he had the scoop 6 in the against Coosa in the opening game of the season, and of course he's originally from Alabama, and that was big for him. But you talk about a kid that played offense and defense, tight end, linebacker, a tremendous player.
Yeah,
for the Pierce County Bears.
Talking about Coosa in the first game, they really thought they were going to come down and just tear up Pierce County. But crazy thing about them, they haven't lost a game since.
Deep pass, right side, intended for Ja, and incomplete. It's the noisy interception, as it's going to be down to the wire here. It looks like it's going to be our guy to take us home with McGatha. Dylan Figueroa, here's a kid who's been a captain down the stretch, a really dependable player as the center, a really key guy. Well, that offensive line, you're losing Figueroa, you're losing Colson Gamble. And, I know for our guy.
He was the only guy coming back off of that last year's team in the offensive line.
Yeah, the only holdover, this time McGatha running left side with $1:38 left. And did the ball come loose at the end? No. But I know that for Justin right now, this is the second time he's had one of his sons graduate. He's had to watch them play their last game. You know, our hearts hurt for the big guy. Logan Clark, what a scrappy kid that is. You look at him, he does not look like a football player outside of pads.
Yeah, if you heard the booing that time, they tried to snatch the ball out of McGath's hands, and they did, but it was after the whistle blew.
Clock will go under a minute to go. Kadon Lashley is a guy who's got some quality snaps starting down the stretch. Trent Griffin, who got hurt, missed a game and came back. Trent is a kid who came on strong in his junior year and was a real presence this year. Incomplete on the throw there.
Yeah, it's intended for Jones here and was open just a little bit too high for Jones. Jordan bring up 4th and about 9 now for the Bears.
Jordan Williams, that's
Brandon's brother.
The other senior came in for 1 year, was a 1-year starter. Big guy, a 300-pounder at the end of the line. Then Peyton Turner, the special teams guy, who we've called his name in on some special teams situations, guy with a lot of heart, and all these guys can be missed. 22 seconds left in this game. Bears trailing 44-7, and a run to the right side. It was on 4th down and about a 6-yard gain. He got more than that. Where was it? From the 29.
It should be very close to a first down.
Very close to a first down, over on downs, but that's going to do it. The last play of his high school career was a near first down run of about 7 or 8 yards by McGatha. We will close the book on the Pierce County Bears season and on the careers of these seniors. Carver, number 1, remains number 1 as they will move on to the next round. The Bears will exit the quarterfinals, losing 44-7 here tonight. We will say so long to the folks on the NFHS Network and thank our sponsors, Patterson Pharmacare and the Barnard Company. Thanks to our student technicians on the NFHS Network side, Michael Pennington and Larry Branson, and our grad student, Nick Whitley. John DuPont, John Jordan saying so long to the NFHS Network. And after a 2-minute timeout, we'll have a radio wrap-up. This is Pierce County Bears football.
Yeah, that was last year, I think. Rock Mark and Peach, Rock Mark and this type of. But like somebody said it that it's like Carver, y'all was 4A last year, like y'all downgraded to win a chip. Even though I don't want Carver to fall. Did you